Happy Friday, everyone. Are y'all ready for some crime? Hello, hello. Y'all give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and see me okay. It is Friday night, and we're going to talk some more about the Stephen Avery case. Hello, Bree. Annie's working on a blanket. Oh, hey, Maribel. I got some thumbs. Can hear and see me fine. Give us a crime. Hello, Deneen. Good to see you. There we go. Thank you so much, y'all. Good deal. Oh. Yay, you got it. Oh, that's so good. You like it? Gave you some ideas and you know what you're going to do with it? That's awesome. Going to be in the bushes doing some sewing. Okie dokie. Hi, Vanessa. There's Joan. Good evening. Oh. Hey, Nancy Mac. Okay, Shannon, we'll be right here. Yep, and there's Nightbot. I'm back on StreamYard. I got full hours back, so we're starting fresh today. She's lurking. Okay, people are working on stuff tonight. That's okay, because I'm going to be doing a little bit of talking tonight. Oh, thank you. We talk about so many different things on Friday night, don't we? Hey, Sally. Good to see you. And who else? There was some other people that were here earlier. I don't want to forget anybody. Joan, Patty's here. And Bridget. And Leanie's here. Hi, Leanie, in case you're on the TV again. Kathy. Mary Webb is here. Hi, Mary. How are you tonight? How is everybody's weather? And Shannon, Bree, making my way back down. Making my way back down to the bottom. Okay, I'm getting there. Cold but no snow. Okay. Joan says it's 30 degrees there. We're sitting at 31 degrees here. We had snow again this morning, but it's gone. Already gone. Our snow from yesterday, already gone. We're back to, Annie's got 23, expecting 3 to 4 more inches. I'm not even sure if I'm going to expect Tank to be here tonight. Of course, she may be over at KK's because they're doing their kickoff for their party cardies. So if you guys are wanting to make the Hexie cardies, they're starting today is their kickoff. Hello, Tina. Tina's here. Well, that's good. Oh, it's 26 there. Ooh. Florida's 47. That's pretty chilly. Kathy's going to get another 4 inches tonight, so you'll be up to 6. Oh, you're at 6 degrees. Oh, slushy. Yeah, he said they were slushy. Yeah, but sometimes, it's just not worth it. South Carolina's got winter weather advisory. Yes, unfortunately, I do have some information that my daughter Carrie is still in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and they're going to get hit again. So I know that she's got visitors going to see her, and so I know that she is okay at the moment. So just in case, haven't spoken to her, nothing like that, but I know she's okay. Lisa Mama gets that much. Minus 16 Celsius. I don't know what that is. What is that? Because I have a converter thingy. So just hold on one moment here. If you are at, hold on, minus 16, so that's like 2 degrees. I had to pull it way out. That's what she said. Oh, 15 inches total. Bree is in the Florida. They were in the 20s last night. Whoa, 21 there. Yep, you're in Canada, right? They're getting the ice. Oh, I hate the ice. I hate the ice. I do not like the ice. I will definitely take the snow over the ice. Okay. I took some notes. Hey, Mimi. Oh, there's my granny friend too. Hi, Granny. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. You made it. I know you're cold. Actually, we warmed up to 40 today. Hey, Artie. Snowing in Chicago. Ooh, getting this fluffy stuff. And y'all do. Y'all get real fluffy snow there in Illinois. I've been there. Yeah, been there when there's been a lot of snow on the ground. Glad you came by tonight. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thanks, because I was thinking you were in Canada. She's doing the conversion for me. So you guys all doing okay? I hope you are. So tonight's notes are from the book, and that is Indefensible by Michael Griesbach. I think that we should be able to finish up talking about this probably in the next week or so. If you guys have any ideas where you want to go next, I do. I have some ideas. And yeah, the 40 degrees was nice. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm so glad that you're all tucked in. Where? Louisiana. I'm thinking about us going to Louisiana for the next case. Sarah's out. She's out partying tonight. Ooh, ooh. She's getting out. Good job. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, there's, how about the Bayou stuff? Anybody remember hearing me talk about the stuff that went on in the Bayou? It's a lot like the Lost Girls, and it's the same but different. There might have been like a little bit of maybe some, hey, there's Donna. Fleece sheets. Yeah, those are nice in the winter. Hi, Nisi. Good to see you too. Look who's coming in. Good to see y'all. Yeah. Are y'all up for that? What do you think? Very interesting stuff, let me tell you. Whoop. There's Matt. Matt, what y'all do? Y'all combined yourselves. They combined themselves. Look at them. As it should be. As it should be, Matt. That was such a fun live the other night. I sure enjoyed that. Thank y'all for being here. Lucretia's here too. Yay, you made it. Hi, Lucretia. Tonight is crime night, just so you know. I like to let everybody know that we're going to be talking about crime, just in case. Yeah, yeah. Which way are you leaning, though, Nisi? Because you'd already heard me talk about this a little bit. Lucretia is noon. She's looking for places to go and hang out. So she reminds me that I also have a way for us to give her places to go to hang out with people, and that is to put the word teal, Teal, and your channel can be dropped while you're in here, and she can go and pick you up, and anybody else who doesn't have you. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun one. It really was, Matt. Y'all had a lot of great people, great times talking about lots of good stuff. So fun. Hey, Beck. Beck's here. You're sorting out the office and the craft stuff. I love doing that. I don't know about y'all, but I love listening to people going on and watching and just letting it play while I'm organizing. That is one of my favorite things to do, is to organize while I listen to podcasts and just, stuff. And now that I have my new earbuds, I listen to books too and stuff. But yeah, the organizing, oh, I love it. I love it. All right, let me show y'all my hands real quick. This is the blanket that we started. If anybody is wondering, on Friday night, while we talk about crime, we're going to be doing a make-along, and that is hashtag scrap in time blanket, and it is 25. Hashtag scrap in time blanket 25. Okay. So whatever you decide that if you're making a blanket, I don't care if you've already got it started, you got one that was already started at the first of the year. But if you're working on it when you're here, then you can send me a picture to my email or post it in the Facebook group. I'm going to have to leave that open to everybody because otherwise I don't get pictures. It's just too hard for everybody to remember to send it to me. So either way, and those are the only two ways that I will find your pictures. There's Laura. Good to see you. Hi. Come on in. What did I put? Oh, shoot. You're right. Thank you, Lefty. Scrap in crime. It's scrap in crime. If you could rewrite that, Bree, with crime, please. It's a scrap in crime blanket 25. Whatever the current year is, what it's going to be. And if you guys didn't know, Laura dyed some more yarn. I don't know if there's any left, but she did. You don't want to know how I know. Let's see. You're sold out already. That does not surprise me. Listen, I made it 10 days, y'all. I made it 10 days without buying yarn. And Donna probably still has yarn. I don't think she's sold out yet. Doesn't come with the bag. Well, actually, you can get her yarn with the dragon. She's got her dragon club. She's got her witches and wizards club. She's got her mini club. She's got all kinds of stuff. You made it 9 days. Oh, how funny. 10 days. 10 days. Okay, so I am on my 4th row of half double crochets. When I get to the end of this row, then I am going to show you the next stitch that we're going to do on this. Now, you don't have to use my stitch. If you're making a blanket, you do you, it's okay. But if you want to follow what I'm doing, thanks, Kathy. If you do want to follow what I'm doing, I did 4 rows of half double crochets. I chained 144. So that's all we got so far. And I'm just using whatever I find. Scraps, just, whatever I find. Okay, now this is the part where I talk. So I may miss some of the comments, but I want to go ahead and get through. I just have 2 pages here of notes, but I want to get through this part of the book, which talked about the timeline for Teresa Halbach having come in contact with Stephen Avery. And I believe it's chapter 16 in the book, but don't hold me to that because it's different between Audible and the book. It's different. And also, it's not lined up with the making a murderer. It doesn't line up with chapters or anything like that. That documentary is kind of all over the place. So, okay, Artie, sounds good. Hi, Jean. Good to see you. Hey. Happy New Year to you, my friend. What you working on? Oh, I'm so glad you came in. Okay, so in the book, he starts right about January the 25th of 2005. And he says that before Teresa Halbach started taking the pictures for Auto Trader, it was a girl called Allison Long. Allison had taken pictures several times for Stephen Avery. And on one occasion, she went out there and he just creeped her out. He wanted her to go inside. She told him that they weren't allowed to do that. And so she went back to her car. He was taking a long time to make the little paragraph for, to write stuff about what the car was and stuff. And so she just waited in her car, and she said it just really creeped her out. And then he moves towards October the 10th. Now, Teresa took what's called a hustle shot. Oh no, Laura. The hustle shots were where if they were out somewhere and someone said, what about this car, that car, they would do those. Those were shots that they talked to people about, and they did them, and they got more money for those shots than they did. The regular shots were one price, and then the hustle shots were almost twice as much. So they actually encouraged them to do those because, that brought in more money. Well, she took a hustle shot on October the 10th of 2005. And it's possible that this is the day that Teresa says that Stephen came out to greet her only wearing a towel. And she told several people about this. Oh, Hang on, I got to look at this end here because this doesn't look quite right. No, I'm there. I don't need that one. Okay. All right, now we are going to chain 2 and turn. And then I'm going to go into the next one and I'm going to do, I'm going to go in, this one right here I'm not going to use because that's actually this one here. Okay. So I'm going to go to the next one over. I'm going to pull up a loop, then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go into the next one and pull up a loop. And then I'm going to go through all of them and then chain 1. And I have no idea what that stitch is. It's a cluster, but I don't know what kind. And then we're going to go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, go into the next one, pull up a loop. We have 4. We go through all 4, and then we chain 1 to lock it. It's a puff stitch. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do all the way over. Okay, what did Jean say? This happened an hour and 45 minutes from you. Oh goodness, that's like from me to Abilene, or me to Wichita Falls, actually. That's like from me to Wichita Falls and almost from here to Abilene. So that's, to be honest, it's just pretty close. It really is. Yeah, single crochet. Well, I'm doing, is it a single and a half double? Let me do it again. That would be a single. Yarn over, go in and pull up. Yes. Yes, it's a single and a half double together. Yes. That's the one. Hey, there she is, Tank. I was worried about you. I knew you got waylaid with that snow. Sally says it's about 20 minutes from her. And Mandy knows about this one too, right? Y'all are all kind of close around each other. Okay, so now we're going to move to November the 4th. Teresa's coworker says that Teresa was getting hang-up calls. Remember, by this time, Teresa was missing. He said that up to about 3 weeks before, which could have been around October the 10th, she was getting no number calls. There were no messages. She didn't answer them. And they had stopped for a little while, and then she started getting them again right before she went missing, right before she met with Avery. On October the 9th, Stephen buys leg irons. Now remember, she takes that hustle shot on October the 10th. On October the 9th, he buys leg irons. Restraints. Also on October the 10th, Stephen takes a picture of his erect penis, and it is found later by detectives on his computer. The vehicle that Stephen wanted to have pictures taken of was Barb's, his sister Barb. She did not want pictures taken of the vehicle. She told him she was saving that vehicle for one of the kids that was fixing to get his driver's license. She said that she and he argued about it 2 weeks earlier, and he told her that she was a bad mom, that she was not raising those boys right. Stephen used Barb's number that morning of the 31st when he called to Auto Trader. He used Barb's number to set up that appointment. He used her name, and he said it was B. Janda. So no actual name, just an initial. Okay, I can't read and do this. Hold on. He told investigators that he just borrowed Barb's phone. I remember that as in part of the documentary, was that he said something about having borrowed her phone to make the phone call. At the time, Barb and her sons, there's 4 boys. And I don't know if y'all were aware of that. Brendan was the youngest. There's 4 boys. They lived in the trailer next to Stephen's. And at that time, Scott didn't live there. Scott was her boyfriend. And I'm sure he stayed there, but he didn't really he had his own place down the road. The call to the Auto Trader came in at 8:15 a.m. from B. Janda. And he said to send the same photographer as before. That was not said in the documentary. That was omitted from the documentary that he said that. The receptionist at Auto Trader informed Teresa at around 10:46 a.m. Teresa left a message, excuse me, on Barb's answering machine. This was not clear in the documentary. Now, Stephen had told his brother Earl that he had to be home. Is it time? Green toy time. Stephen told his brother Earl he had to be home to meet someone from the magazine. He left the garage at the salvage yard, the salvage yard garage at 11 to go back to the trailer and wait. He told investigators that he did not go back to work. He didn't tell his brothers that he wasn't coming back. And not coming back was unusual for him. He just didn't leave work. His girlfriend at the time, Jody, now she was in jail on a DUI charge. I know he's early, isn't he? And I've already taken my medicine too, by the way, so I don't have to get up and go get my meds. I've already taken my medicines. Jody said that he would eat at his mom's and stay at work, so he didn't often leave, maybe once or twice, but it was a very, very rare thing for him to leave work and to come home. Now, he didn't go back to work. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. Hello there. Yeah, Janda was his sister's last name at the time. Now, her name now is Tadek. Good evening, Lori. Good evening, Frozen. Janda was her name at the time, and that is the boys' father. Well, Brandon's father. That was his name. You grew up with someone named Janda. That would have been Brendan's dad's name, I believe. Now, I'm not positive, but I think that's Brendan's dad's name is Janda. Is Rosie here? You made it. Hello, Rosie. Glad you made it. And hello to everyone who is lurking. Good to see you all. Gingerbread tea. Ooh, that does sound good. Hi, Nan. Oh, it's Dassy. Okay, that's right. His name is Dassy. So so Janda was another person then that she was married to. That one I don't know about. I know she's got 4 boys. So it would have been another person that she was married to. Thank you for reminding me, Nan. Thank you. Nan lives in that area too, y'all. So many people who know about this case. I love it. So good to have you guys here. Okay. Now, when the investigators asked Stephen what he did when he left work, he said he spoke to Bobby. Bobby said he had worked the 3rd shift and he was home sleeping. So he would not have spoken at all to Stephen. But Stephen told investigators he left work and that he spoke to Bobby. Now, Teresa had taken a picture at the Zipperers. That's their name, Zipperer, at around 2:15 p.m. Cell phone records show Stephen calling Teresa at 2:25, and he used the star 67 on his phone so that she didn't know who it was. Teresa got a dispatch call from Auto Trader at 2:27, and she told them that she was on her way to Avery's, to the salvage yard. Stephen called her again at 2:37, again using the star 67. But Teresa did not answer. There was a 0-second call because she did not pick it up. But it showed on her records as a 0-second call. She arrived approximately 10 minutes later. So that would put her at around 2:47. Now, Bobby Dassey said that he saw Teresa arrive because he woke up at around 2:50. And he looked out the window and he saw Teresa. Nope. Already took it. Thank you. So then the next thing we have on Teresa is that there's a call that comes into her at around 4:30. Stephen said that he had called her because he wanted her to come back and do another hustle shot. But her phone does not register that call. His phone shows him calling her phone, that her phone doesn't register it at 4:30. Then we have Stephen's brother Earl and Earl's brother-in-law Robert Fabian, and they say they saw Stephen at around 5 p.m. and he was unloading his snowmobile. Now, Earl says that Stephen was clean, he was showered, and he was acting strange. Kind of in a daze, just kind of not himself at all. Fabian said that he had seen, at that time, he had seen smoke coming from the burn barrel by the trailer. And that when he had arrived earlier in the day, that he had seen Stephen standing by that trailer that the snowmobile had been on, and that snowmobile was on that trailer earlier in the day. Y'all still with me? Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Hi. I don't think star 67 is still a thing. I don't think it works anymore. I don't think it works anymore. Does anybody know? I don't know if that works. Maybe from a landline. I don't know. I doubt that it works on a cell phone. I wouldn't think so. I haven't heard it. Now, Barb said that Blaine, Bobby, and Brendan, this is Brendan, this is the nephew that got in trouble. They were all in the house when she got home from work. That was around 5 o'clock. She said there was a fire coming from the burn pile when she got dropped off by Scott, and that was between 7:45 and 8 o'clock. They were returning from the hospital where Scott's mom had surgery. This is Scott Taddick. This is the boyfriend. She saw two people standing by the fire, and she was saying that Brendan, had been spending quite a bit of time over at Stevens. She assumed it was Brendan, but she didn't see who it was. But that evening, she knew that Brendan had helped Stephen clean because he had stains all over his jeans from bleach, where he'd been kneeling in bleach. Now, if we go back to Stephen Avery, he told his brother Chuck that the photographer had not shown up yet, and that was at 4:30. He told them that, that she hadn't showed up. When Jody, the girlfriend, called from jail that evening for her nightly call, that was around 8:57 p.m. is when she called. He did not say anything about a photographer, but he did tell her that Brendan had been over and that they had been cleaning. On November the 3rd, remember, Teresa's missing. Stephen calls Auto Trader, tells them that Teresa never showed up, that she had told him over the phone that she wasn't going to be able to make it. Oh, you got your package too? That's good. I'm so glad. You and Leanie both got them. Y'all are, she said she's working on washcloths. That's fun. I will tell Aunt Sue. Yeah, for private numbers. Yeah, it's something different, isn't it? Now, later on the 3rd, somewhere between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, Andy Coburn drives out to talk to Stephen at his trailer. And Stephen tells him that Teresa took pictures, but she was only there for a few minutes, and he only saw her from his window, that he never spoke to her. On November the 4th, in the morning, between 10:20 and 10:35, officers Lank and Remaker go back to Stephen to interview him again and ask him some questions. And Stephen tells them that he and she had engaged in some small talk. She came in the trailer where he paid her. Well, that puts her in his trailer, y'all. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Patty. A ripple Afghan. Cool. Shortly before, I'm not sure how many days before, but shortly before Stephen Avery is arrested, he goes on Nancy Grace. Now, there's no way I could find that and play it for y'all, because I would get in trouble for copyright on that for sure. But he tells her that he's being framed. He hadn't even been arrested yet, but he's sure that he's being framed. Stephen is charged on the 9th of November with a felon in possession of a firearm. They didn't arrest him for the murder. Felon in possession of a firearm. They will add sexual assault and murder charges later. The Avery bill, which was the bill that was started from the first conviction of Stephen Avery, that he was found not guilty of and got out of jail for, was due to pass, and did a few days later, but they renamed it Criminal Justice Reforms Package. They took Avery off of it. And that is what I've got from the book on the timeline. Now, there's more timeline, stuff that happened before, stuff that happened after. There's a lot. But this was specifically the timeline for the day that Teresa went missing, according to Michael Griesbach, who was a prosecutor in that area, but not on the Avery case, the second Avery case. Now, I know there are different opinions here, and that's okay. It is quite all right. Some of you believe him, some of you don't. I have spent the day today listening to part 2 of Making a Murderer. How many of you have gotten as far as part 2? Oh, absolutely, Mandy. Stephen Avery's, one thing is for sure, and that is that his story kept changing. It did keep changing. Now, I am of the opinion that he did do it. I am also of the opinion that Brendan Dassey, his nephew, which we haven't spoken that much about it. Yes, he was there because they had to according to his book, he said he was there to help assist them in putting together the search warrants. When the investigation went from search to homicide is when they bowed out and a special prosecutor was brought in. That's the way that he explains it in the book. I feel that Brendan helped him. I think that he got caught up in it all. I think he was there for some of that. I'm not sure that I believe that Brendan did everything that he said he did. But I certainly think he was involved. And I think that because I feel that he was afraid of Stephen. And he says he was afraid of him. He was afraid of facing him in court. They were wanting him to go and, tell his story. And he was afraid that Stephen was going to be there. And he didn't want to be in court with Stephen. I think he was and is still afraid of Stephen. I believe a lot of people in Stephen's family are afraid of Stephen. Brendan was 16 when it happened. Yes, he was rightly afraid. Stephen is portrayed, this is one of the things about, and I'll tell you, after today, after watching, and I have watched both parts several times. I've watched part 1 more than part 2, of course, because it came out later. But watching part 2 again today, really made me see more of how, when they made the documentary, they chopped it up and put it together differently than when it actually happened. And I could start to see that pattern. There's a lot of things that Kathleen Zellner, who is Stephen Avery's lawyer now, there is a part 2. Yes. Hi, Thrifty. Okay, y'all, I got to go dehydrate. It's time for a little bit of a break, y'all. I'll be right back. Since Steve's not here, I don't know who wants to play music, but I'll be right back, okay? Serbs is still working on his green toy. Good night, Annie. Thank you for being here. Oh, thanks, Shannon. I know. I know. I just don't know what happened. And I haven't heard from anybody who does. Dad's doing great. I will be seeing him tomorrow. So let me tell you what happened with that. Dolores, his what do you call her? She comes and helps Dad, his helper. They work something out in the interim until her position is reinstated. And I'm not sure whether they will go back to her working for his aide. Yes. I'm not sure that she will go back to working for the company. And so Dad is paying her. He has enough to do that, and that is what he wants to do. It's not a problem for him. It's not going to hurt him to do this at all. He has enough of an income that he can definitely do that. So he is going to go ahead and do it, and we'll see how it all plays out. That will be up to her whether she wants to go back to working for the company, because they were kind of pressuring her. You know how they are. They're picky about certain things, and she was not. And she has another. They're doing what they call private pay, and she has another one that she does private pay as well. So this is not new to her as far as doing it that way. And they have worked it out, and so she's going to come back next week. So tomorrow, I am going to go over and do his laundry. We're going to go to Walmart in the morning, and then I will help him get everything inside and get it all put away. And then I'm going to do all his laundry, and then we will work on his factor to order his food again. I need to make sure he does that because he's not going in and making sure, and they're sending him stuff he don't like. Yeah. He's like, I don't want chicken again. So we want to make sure that's, and just keep up. So I will definitely be going to Dad's every Saturday. And she will get paid better as well. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's working out. Thank you for asking. Okay, good night, Nancy. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Oh, yep, you can only do so much in a day before it catches up with you. So get you some rest. Thank you for coming in. So that's where we're at with the Avery so far. Now, I do have, now I'm hot. All these lights are on and I get hot. I turn my fan on every time. I do have some things saved in my phone that I can read to you guys, okay? I'm still reading the transcript. I didn't know if that was something you guys were interested in. If you were interested in us reading the transcript. Yes, part 2 is on Netflix. And part 2 is where Kathleen Zellner takes over the case. So all right. This is an update from May 14th of 2024. This was the most recent thing I could find. Stephen Avery continues to push Tuesday for another hearing or new trial related to his conviction for the murder of Teresa Halbach, with a new brief to the state appeals court. Avery is serving a life sentence for the 2005 murder of Halbach, a freelance photographer. His nephew Brendan Dassey was also convicted. Their cases received worldwide attention with a 2015 release of the Netflix series Making a Murderer. And I believe that this part 2 came out in 2017, I think. Started your therapy today? Started therapy today. But you have the fires going on, so that's gonna slow you down. Oh, I hate to hear that, Rosie. I bet you're getting smoke from that. Okay, Lori. Now, oh, Miss Shabusiness got in trouble for attacking a prison sergeant. Y'all remember that one? So Avery's attorney is appealing a ruling denying him a new trial on hearing on claims there is an alternate suspect actually responsible for Halbach's death. His attorney, Kathleen Zellner, filed her initial arguments in March. Prosecutors replied last month. On Tuesday, Zellner filed her response to the state's brief. In it, she again argues that Avery should be allowed to introduce evidence of an alternate suspect that they believe is actually responsible for Halbach's murder. It says there is reasonable probability that presenting Mr. Avery's newly discovered evidence undermines confidence in the outcome of Mr. Avery's trial. Mr. Avery respectfully requests that this court grant him one of the following alternate remedies: reverse the orders denying post-conviction relief and grant an evidentiary hearing, reverse the judgments of conviction and the orders denying post-conviction relief, and remand for a new trial. Grant any other relief this court deems appropriate. No oral arguments are scheduled. There's no set timeline for when appeals court will make a decision, although it typically takes several months before a ruling is issued. Separately, Avery's attorneys want a Manitowoc County judge to order scientific testing relating to evidence on Halbach's vehicle. However, that motion will wait for the alternate suspect motion to be decided by the Court of Appeals. So that was the latest from last year. Oh, that can be so painful too, especially with cold. And then it also makes that's what Llama Mama Kayla has. Yeah, there is so much devastation in California. I know they have fires every year, though. They have fires, they have landslides, they have so much, stuff that happens there. That was your first the Shabusiness one. Y'all, we had to take a break after that one, remember? We were like, no more cases for a little while. That one was nuts, the Shabusiness case. And that girl has not slowed down one bit. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's real bad. Some of the people are starting to go back in to see what's left. And it's not much. It's not much. She cray. Her hope. She taken after her daddy. Ugh, that one was just. Whew. My dad wears a cloth glove on one hand at night because his starts to get cold just on his one side of his body, just the one hand. It just gets cold, so he wears a glove. Oh, that's right. Green Bay again, wasn't it? Forgot that's where. Yeah, that's Wisconsin again, isn't it? Yep. Slipped off her cracker. Yes, she did. On purpose, I think. Okay, what else is going on? Hmm. So in part two, it's a lot of it is about Zellner. A lot of it is about the appeals going on with. You got to go. You're going to sleep. Okay, you had a big day. Such pretty things you made today, though. Such pretty things. Love you, my friend. Go get some rest. I never heard of that one. I had never heard of that one. But what about now Tina from Tina's Messy Crafty Life? I was talking to her. If you guys don't know her, please go check her out. She is a fly by the seat of her pants crafter. She never know what she's going to do on her desk when she gets started. You just never know. She just throws it all together. She just whatever she feels like doing, she is really she's doing the art. She's an art channel, crafting and art, and she does what's it called? It's a craft hunt. What do you call that? When you go looking for stuff, scavenger hunt. She's doing some sort of a scavenger hunt. Oh, Mimi remembers it. Oh, she remembers that one. He seems to be. He seems to like doing it. He seems to wear that. It's just a. He buys them in a pack. They're just like they're like dusting gloves, something like that. And he seems to say that it helps. Joe Clark. Huh. And was it? It's Joe Clark, and it was Wisconsin. Okay, how about I just put in Joe Clark bone breaker. But Tina was talking about up there in Wisconsin that there was something about the seven that were not actually guilty. The Wisconsin seven, maybe. The Baraboo bone breaker. Okay. Does that ring a bell, Mandy? Something about the seven, and then like one of the men died. They put them away, but they said they were. Yeah, this wasn't Texas though. It was up in Wisconsin. And also, Tina was telling me that she lives close to there also. And she said that her in-laws' house were down from the Avery cottage. See, that's me. Stephanie, I can't wear mine and craft. I have some also, but this was 7 guys who got convicted of killing a guy at work. Like they worked in a factory or something, and they said they beat him and put him into one of the machinery or something. She said that one was really wild. And there was some possible wrongdoing on the behalf of the law enforcement or something. You know, because that's what this one was. This one was, you remember now? Okay. Really? Well, that's cool. Thanks, Sally. So, one of the things that Michael Griesbach talks about in his book is that anybody could go and look up Stephen Avery's prior arrests. Oh, Patty, goodness. Was it the paper mill? That sounds right, Mandy. I don't know the story. I just know what she said, just like bits, what she talked about. Second time, Patty? Once is bad enough. Indiana Starbucks cup. I'm using my Texas one. I may have to buy another one. I got a chip on this one, but it doesn't bother me because it's like right across from the handle on this side. And if I drink on either, which I'm not going to drink over there because I'm left-handed, I'm going to drink on this side. But so I don't care. It's no big deal. Now, the Louisiana stuff that I was going to tell y'all about, Murder in the Bayou, is the name of the book that I read. If y'all want to do that after this, I like to mention it before we finish. That way it gives y'all time. But let me see if it's in Libby. I don't see it in Libby. Oh, I love Diet Dr. Pepper. I should not drink it. That name sounds familiar. Is that the guy who died? That may be right. I think that's right. I think that's the one. You want to write all those little things down. And I can do some digging and we can talk about it. No, I don't see it in there. Let me do a Google for it. There is a documentary. The man that died was Tom Monville. Okay. that you can watch on Tubi, Hulu, Sling, Prime. Murder in the Bayou from 2019. Paramount Plus. But I'm looking for the book. Ethan Brown. This is the book by Ethan Brown, Murder in the Bayou. And the first one to tell me about this was my son-in-law, because you know that my son-in-law Orlando is a journalist. And y'all, he has been so busy. He has been just, with everything that happened in New Orleans, so sad. I mean, it has been nonstop for him since that happened. Bless his heart. It's just been nonstop. Anyway, he told me about this book, and he knew someone. I don't know if he knew Ethan, but I want to say that Ethan Brown used to work at the paper that he used to work at there in New Orleans. I believe Ethan and the women are known at, there's 8 women, and they are known as the Jeff Davis 8, because the area where they went missing from was Jeff Davis area. So you can probably get it on Kindle. You can get it, I listen to it on Audible. My watch has been fully charged. I actually own that book. It's yes, it's another one. That's what I was talking about. It's like Lost Girls. It's very much, and I know there was some conjecture that it might have been related. Libby Hoopla does not have it. Okay. Dang it. It is on Kindle and Audible, yes. Now, I don't know if it is in Everand. But you can also watch the documentary. And it's very much like the book. Very close. It is on ebook. On Everand, and it is on, so there's an ebook on Everand, Scribd, Everand. And you can do it with a monthly. And but yeah, if it's on Tubi, that's where I would go, because Tubi is free. Been saving your credits for the next book? Cool. So I would really like us to talk about that one, because it's very interesting. And that area, I mean, there is so much. It also has undertones of a connection to the Texas killing fields. If y'all know about Texas killing fields, that's Laura Miller and EquiSearch. So anyway, that's another one that I have been wanting to do. Mimi, if you know some about that. We talked about that, didn't we, you and I, about the killing fields. Do you need help? He's got his drink toy propped against the wall, licking through it. Bring it here. Bring it here. I'll help you. But first, I gotta wipe it off because I can't even hold it. I know you want it. Just a minute. Wow, Dad hooked you up, didn't he? Both ends. I know. Just a second. I know. I'm working on it. Just a sec. There. Propped against the wall so you can get some good. I know, bud. I know. Here comes. I know. I'm working on it. Oh, there we go. Here you go, bud. Look. Terps. But wait, there's more. There. I drop it like that because sometimes the rest of it will pop out. He's going. It's on your back. Oh my gosh. He's so funny. Yes, I was just in Louisiana. Sure was. And there's some stuff that happened there just recently. Like where I was. I was just in New Orleans. I was downtown New Orleans. Went to the Quarter Stitch. Went during the day. And I haven't told y'all this, but I got stuck on one of the streets. And I had to go backwards. I had to back up downtown New Orleans for about a block or so. And I was thinking to myself, please nobody step out. Please don't step out. It would kill me if anybody stepped out and I'm going backwards, because somebody was coming from the other way and there wasn't enough room for everybody to go down the street. So I backed out. That was scary. So scary. And I was thinking to myself how easy it would be for someone to do just what happened. How narrow those streets were. How easily somebody could just, what if somebody's car? What if somebody's car, what if the pedal jammed, or, you know, the what ifs, the things you're thinking when you're in that situation. Just, I had to help him. I had to help him. I know it. He came in here and he put it up against the wall, pressed it against the wall, trying to get leverage. He says he's been working on it for almost an hour. Oh, we have to have some laughing with all this stuff, y'all. We do. One of the things watching the documentary today, though, I will have to say that I absolutely commend Teresa Halbach's family because they have stuck together. The mother, the father, the two brothers, and somebody else. Every single hearing, every single anything that happens, they're there. All of them together. Every one of them. They haven't missed anything. If there's anything that happened on Teresa's case, they were all there together. I have to commend them. That is not an easy thing to do as a family, and to do those things for years and years and years. It might have been the aunt. I was thinking it was a woman that went with them. Yes. Serbs, oh my gosh. And then last night we had a possum thing. Possums are cute. They are cute. But this guy, the teeth came out with him. He was in Duke's food container, his self-feeder. He was up in the bin of the food deal, all curled up, just crunching away in there. Serbs went out, and I went, Serbs, come here. He went over and looked, and then that the thing, it's like, okay, wait a minute. He didn't play possum. He got mad, real mad. So I flipped it over. All the food came out, but the possum didn't come out. He just pulled himself up inside there. I'm like, oh. So then he does and takes off. Serbs is still smelling for him. He didn't see him leave. And I'm like, are you losing your eyesight, bud? I mean, he is getting older. And then he spent 15 minutes running around the yard trying to find him. Where'd he go? Oh, yes, there is. Usually the opossums, they will just go, that's a don't touch me thing. But this one, the teeth came out in him. It was like a Harry Potter moment. It was. Oh, gosh. So we're going to be killing that guy. You placed a hold on it in Libby where you are. So see, I think that is what happens. I think it just depends on the area that you are in, and you have to check. Like if you're in an area where there's more than one library that you could have a library card for. So I can have one for Wichita Falls and one for Abilene, and I do. I can't, the one in Wichita Falls, I think, is the one I can log into. I don't know if I can log into my Abilene one. I need to check on that. But if you log into both of them, if you have a library card, an out-of-town library card for them, they both have different circulation of books. So if your area doesn't have it, someone said earlier, you can ask. I think it was you, Stephanie, that said you can ask them to see if they could get it in circulation. Oh, yeah. she gets squirted. Oh my gosh. Ooh, for Houston, that one would have a much bigger circulation, I bet. But see, I have to go there and get it, right? Don't you have to go and get the card? Oh, girl, let me tell you, I now have lots of baking soda and uh, hydrogen peroxide. That's what I use when he gets a really good smacking of it. That's what we do. Oh, that's okay, Lori. We're glad you're here. I know that will mess them up for a while. Oh, they don't have it either. Well, yes. When they get wet, you can smell it again. But I buy this stuff on Amazon that helps a lot. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna be out of here. We've gone an hour and a half. I've said and done everything I was going to do. You've got the next stitch, and then I will probably do a couple of those when I go back the other way. When I go back here, let me show y'all. When I turn back around and I go the other way, what I will do is I will do my half double crochets again. I will go into this to the one between them, and then you go into the top of it right here, the top of where that cluster is. Okay, and do your half double, and then you do the one in between. It's kind of like the star stitch that Crystal did. So that's how you do that. Okay, and you can do that as many times as you want to, and then do half doubles again if you want to, and we'll do some more when we come back. Ooh, cool. Yes, I'm left-handed. Yes, planners tomorrow night. However, Dad will get tired, and then when I get back, I will probably. Thank you. Yes, thank you, everybody. I'm gonna play a little something so you guys can say your goodbyes too. But he gets tired, so once he's ready to go lay down, then I will come home, and then I will rest, and then we'll do planner stuff tomorrow night. Good night, Maribel. Good night. Okay, you guys, I will play a little something something, and I'll see you later. Have fun today. Love y'all.